Hello and welcome to this stream and to the game of East Block against JetSet LUV, where we see the first point is already being scored, has been scored already, of course. I'm Dmitry Doroshenko, happy to bring you this commentary on this live stream. As you can see, there are only two games are being streamed at the moment, as there is, of course, a break in scheduling and in streaming, but of course, we are bringing you this game with commentary, and on the other side of things, we have another game which is being streamed, but unfortunately without any commentary. So, as we're getting started here with East Block and JetSet, should be, yeah, another very, very exciting matchup. Very possibly it's going to be end in a draw. I haven't actually tried to match up these teams in the ranking app, but I could do that now as well. And there are some other exciting games happening on the streams. You are, of course, welcome to have a look at them. Always interesting to see. And unfortunately, there might be some technical difficulties. I hope that they will not, of course, they will be rectified very quickly. Wasn't sure if it's my connection or not, but we are working hard to bring you back, bring the game to you, and to have a smooth sailing from now on. And as we see, another long shot, and I think it was a defense over there. It is, of course, maybe a bit tricky to see, but looks to be a little bit better right now. And in case there are some problems with the stream, we are working hard, of course, to bring it to you at the moment. And As we see the long shot, yes, once again, that is another point. Being scored. And this time it is East Block. So yes, I think we are back to smooth sailing. Hopefully the streams are working for you as well as they are working for me. And it's a lot better and a lot smoother right now. The score is now 2-1. And in favor of East Block. So East Block in blue and JetSet LUV are in red. In this matchup, we see East Block with the pull, bringing on and setting on their defense, while JetSet, of course, oh, was that a hand block? Oh, that was a hand block. Wow, that is getting very exciting very quickly, of course, in this game. And it looks like East Block are looking at another break very early in this game. But there was a bit of a stoppage and a bit of a pick, so a stoppage there. However, the disc will stay with East Block, who are looking at the opportunity to score a break to themselves. Good movement over there of the disc, and it's going to be very nice and quick movement around. And oh, that was a little bit out of reach for the receiver over there, and an unfortunate drop. So that gives an opportunity for JetSet to bring it back. Ooh, good bobble, and well managed to hold on to that disc. My JetSet, ooh, difficult reception there, and a long shot into the end zone for JetSet. Oh, great bid, a very unfortunate drop there for JetSet player. Yeah, great bid. Way to show the athleticism, of course. But a very unfortunate turnover gives an opportunity, another opportunity for East Block for a break. Let's see if they're going to make it. East Block now, moving the disc around quite well, but still in their own half. Lots of offensive movement, but can't really find a lot of movement there in the back. But now with a hammer, they finally finding it, and now playing a bit of a 1-2 on the doorstep now. And oh no, that was very unfortunate. Maybe a little bit behind the player that throw was, so she couldn't really handle it despite a bit of a pop-up of the disc. Yeah, it was taken away by the defense, and now JetSet are trying to respond with a very, very quick long shot to their own, but that was well defended by East Block to give them another opportunity for a break. Ooh, another great defense by JetSet. by JetSet there, and giving them another opportunity for a hold. Once again, as I was commentating the previous game, bit of a comparison, there were a few marathon points there, and it looks to be a few marathon points, of course, in the beginning of this game as well, which of course can be sometimes quite a difficult thing to start with, but yeah. 2-1 is the score for the moment in this game, and clearly East Bloc are creating quite a lot of turnovers and looking at this break opportunity more and more. However, of course, JetSet, despite starting this point in offense, actually setting up a zone defense. Interesting, very interesting. Not sure how winning zone offense, but it looked to be working for a moment. However, now with a long shot into the end zone, yeah, East Bloc are finally finding that that break to themselves. Dominika Hadova to Dominika Kurzova for the score for East Bloc there. Hadova, only 18 years of age. Wow, but already playing. A player from Czech Republic, played in women UC. So quite an experienced player already. Unsurprisingly, finding herself on the roster of East Bloc. I'm sure a player to watch out for. Also later, despite being a very young player, I'm sure that she will do a lot of good things in the future. Interesting that some of these results are coming in already. East Bloc already played a game. They played BFD Shout. If you haven't seen this game, I would recommend you to watch it. I'm not going to spoil the result for you, but I would say that this is an exciting and very interesting result there. JetSet LUV also played one game against Cup. That was also obviously very interesting, which ended on a universe point. Once again, I'm not going to spoil you the results, so go ahead and watch that game as well. But very exciting one. So far we are the pool play. Game, of course. And later in this tournament again, Cup and Shout will take on JetSet LUV in this pool. After which we will all move on to bracket. Everybody is playing the bracket, so all of the teams are going to move to the bracket and to a bit of a crossover quarterfinals, if I remember right. So the winner of the pool is going to play the last team in the opposite pool. So the second will play the third, and so on and so forth. So yes, everybody's moving on. Of course, you could argue that pool games do not matter, but of course they do, as so if you win the pool, you supposedly could have an easier game later in the bracket stage. However, considering that all of these teams are elite teams, of course, it could be it's questionable how easier or how harder Some of these games are going to be, all of these games are hard, all of these games are tough. All of the results that are coming through from all of the divisions are very, very close results. There is not so much difference between, not so much score difference in any of these games. And if you are experiencing some yeah, good to see that as well. We've got some likes to these streams, and yeah, we see East Block once again. I think this time they are on their offense, their offensive points. They're working that disc slowly but surely, and it's working back. And now on the doorstep, East Block players, and into the end zone for another score. Well done by East Block. They are now, looks like, firmly taking the lead in this game. Alžbeta Chodačova to Teresa Havelcova for the score. There brings us to 4-2 in favor of East Block, of course. Oh yes, and what I wanted to do, I actually wanted to check if I can have a look at the prediction, some predictions, but some algorithm supported predictions, of course, in the ranking system of the EUF. You can always have a look and check the predictions of the matchup. I'm not sure if these teams played each other in this season yet, but no, I don't think that East Block has any ranked games so far. But JetSet do. They actually have one game, which is ranked, from the spring tour. No, apologies, they do not. Yes, it does not have any games so far. However, JetSet are actually ranked 12s at the moment, so it's going to be interesting where they're going to place after this. So it's as it is, of course, the elite invite. It's going to be very interesting to see how the things are going to play out after that, because it is the top 8 teams, of course, from every division from the previous season. So it's going to be quite a good food for the algorithm, let's say, in the end of this weekend on Sunday. If you want to know how it all plays out in terms of the ratings, be sure to tune in on Monday to the In and Out show by European Ultimate Federation, hosted by Ravi Vasudevan, where he's going to break down all of the intricacies of the ranking system and how it all plays out. Of course, JetSet playing the spring tour earlier this season. They do have a few ranked games to themselves, and it's good to see that they're ranked 12. So as East Block do not have any ranked games, and as we see East Block, are they going to score another point? They will, yes. So there was a point for JetSet in the previous point, and East Block now bringing their offense. So we're back on offensive hold after East Block breaking JetSet earlier. So that would be very good food for the algorithm. And despite JetSet not having any games, any ranked games for the algorithm yet, they will be placed fairly accurately, I'm sure, into the algorithm after this tournament. And I think they will get at least 6 games in this elite tournament. So it is basically a half already for the to qualify for the finals later this year. A get 10 ranked games, top 16. And we're back on offense this time. JetSet LUV, of course, going for their offense as we see a bit of a junky look from East Block. I might actually be wrong about the wind. I mean, the trees are not moving in the background, as you can see, but there might be some wind. I'm not entirely sure about the conditions. Unfortunately, we are not in, I am not in Leuven for this particular tournament. And JetSet are moving that disc pretty well. Now almost on the doorstep, surveying their options, keeping the disc alive pretty well, and now into the end zone for another score. Very nice by JetSet. The score is now 5-4. So that was Catherine North to Esther Van Wyk for that score for the Belgian team. East Block look to have quite a long roster to themselves, a slightly longer roster than JetSet, but I'm sure that it won't make much of a difference. There, as all of them, of course, are very, very strong athletes, and both of them are very well known for their athletic plays and fast running on the field. So yes, going to be very exciting to see all of these games, of course, and I'm sure that many Ultimate lovers, especially European Ultimate lovers who know some of these teams and some of these names, are going to be glued to the screens and watching as many games as they can. Of course, some of the games are a bit more exciting than the others, but yeah, we shouldn't discount any of the games. That will matter as well for the algorithm and for the ranking. So going to be very interesting to see how it all going to play out later. East Block now with the disc on the doorstep of another offensive hold. Let's see if they're going to punch it in. Ooh, very, very close. And this time, yeah, looks like they're figuring each other out a little bit, both of these teams, as some of these offensive points are being scored with relative ease. Very clean holds in the last 4 points. Very, very good and calm offenses. But it looks like so Teresa Haveltoa with the assist there to Kristina Tlusta. Tlusta, of course, one of the superstars of the recent years from the Czech Republic. Yeah, very well known name on the ultimate scene from Prague. And yeah, that brings us to 6-4, and a timeout has been called on the field. Looks like by East Block. Maybe just looking to talk about their defensive pressure. Probably want to take a few more defensive breaks and maybe set up something differently to pressure on the JetSet offense, which is also working pretty calm, pretty well, very fine. However, of course, as I've mentioned before, for the moment, um, East Block are up by 1 break, so I'm sure that this timeout will also be quite a useful one for the other side, and JetSet will be thinking about not only how to punch that next offensive point in, but also how to figure out and break that East Block. And East Block, ooh, nice defense by East Block. So maybe whatever they talked about in their timeout actually worked out for them. Let's see what's going to happen next. A bit of a stoppage, but that is their opportunity for the Volt. And this time they take it, yes, with a very athletic grab there in the end zone. This time, Esther Van Wyk, who scored the previous point. This time it is her. It's assist. The point is assisted by her to Ella Kromheke for that offensive hold. So whatever East Block talked about, it looks like it actually worked for them. But, and they have generated the turnover, but despite that, JetSet have managed to get that and get a hold, of course, to themselves and keep it alive pretty well. With the pull now, JetSet And East Block are starting their offense nice and quick. Whoa, finding this very, very tight channels there. East Block are working that disc very, very fast and very efficiently, but looks like a pick. Yes, it looked to be yeah, it looked to be very quick movement. It looked to be that maybe there was a bit of a double cut thing, so that's some zone, but this time that disc was thrown into the end zone, and for another very nice and very clean score. So East Block and JetSet LUV are trading their offenses for a moment, and let's see, was Marketa Lichocka to Nela Lepsi for that score. JetSet now back on the offense. And good movement and very nice cuts. Looks like they're finding their spaces pretty well. And now again on the doorstep. And that is, oh, that is very unfortunate. So another opportunity for East Block once again for a break. They will get another break, considering how close this game is. That might actually make quite a lot of difference. And oh, I thought that this is the bid is coming. I was thinking that like the bid is coming, the bid is coming. Unfortunately, no, she could not hold on to this disc. She could not make a play on it. But yeah, not this time. So that gives another opportunity for JetSet for their offense to get a hold. Maybe not a clean hold, but hold nonetheless, of course. And yeah, up this line, the near sideline, looking for options. Finally find nice inside flick there into the end zone for a score and for another hold for JetSet. So that is a game of hold. So the only break is by East Block so far in this game, and they are staying completely level since we've had a 2-1 score. East block now, punching their offensive point once again. So all of the teams are staying within one. So once again, very close game, of course, as expected. So let's see. Now looks like there is another timeout on the field. This time it looks to be called by JetSet. And Charlotte Peters to Esther Van Wyk. Esther Van Wyk already scored 2 points and got 1 assist in this game, so she's doing damage. And yeah, it looks to be that JetSet has called the timeout of their own, as they would probably be looking into breaking this East Block side, as of course they do need to bring in one of these points back to themselves. And JetSet will be setting up their defense. And as we are already at 7-6 in favor of East Block, that is a possible. There is a possibility, of course, for East Block to win the first half, which would make it. It will not make it necessarily harder for JetSet for the second half, but of course it will give a bit more of a breathing space for East and yeah, maybe JetSet will be thinking like, oh, it's the second half, we definitely need some breaks, while now there is still a bit of a breathing space and some time available for them. Maybe a little bit less pressure on them to actually get this break back, which I'm sure they will be able to do. But yeah, JetSet for the moment. A disc around and getting very close. Oh, my apologies. Was that actually a... Oh yes, my apologies. There was actually a break East block on the... Was it? No. Now there is definitely an opportunity for a break for East block, and that long shot is going and very, very well handled by number 48, Haveltoa. Now East block on the doorstep of scoring another point. But there is a little bit of a stoppage there near the end zone. And unfortunately, there is a drop for JetSet. And that is a score for JetSet, but there was a call. That looks to be a call on a play. And that disc is coming back. Oof, good take by JetSet, and into the end zone for a score for another hold there. And we are we're still in the first half, and the score is now no, apologies, we are in the second half already, of course. So 8-7, Charlotte van Gerwen to Esther van Wyk. Third point for Esther there, with added to her 1 assist. So she's doing pretty well in this game, clearly. Let's see. An East block now, getting ready to and whoa, that is a very tight zone by JetSet. Maybe there is even, I would say that there might be a little bit of a double teaming. Now, a long shot going in on the doorstep. And into the end zone finally for East Block. So another offensive hold. So only offensive hold so far. And this time we once again are on the offensive holds. So it's only been offensive holds in this half so far, and actually since the break of 2-1-3-1 of East Block, it's been a completely clean, well, not completely clean, there were still some turnovers here and there, but there were only holds in this game. So we are now at 9-7. The last point was scored by Aneshka Kotrbova and assisted by Barbora Hrushakova. JetSet looking to capitalize very quickly on that point and get another offensive hold, but that disc and that shot is a little bit too long, unfortunately, for the JetSet player. I'm not sure if there is a discussion, if there is any call. I'm not entirely sure if there was actually anything.
But I'm not sure what the call was, or would be, rather. But it looks to be that the disc is coming back. So whatever call there was, maybe a foul on a throw, didn't seem like that to me. However, of course, players on the field may decide to themselves. So Ella Kromheke is going to get the disc back, going to try to find a reset, finally finds it there in the form of Janne Verrike. And back to Kromheke, who is throwing it into the end zone, and now this time for a score. And another clean hold by JetSet, another hold in this game. And that was Zoe van Gerwen with that score and with that catch in the end zone. So 9-8. Still, East Block is still in the lead in this game. And it's going to be very interesting to see how the rest of this game is going to play out, as of course we're getting very close. We are only playing 18-minute games, and I'm sure that we're getting quite close to the end. I'm going to check the timing. Yeah, no, still plenty of time actually to play. Still about 25 minutes to play in this game, so plenty of time to get to 15 for either of these teams, especially if they're going to continue playing that clean offenses as they have been playing for the previous few points. East Block now. Nice handling of the disc between Mashkova and Pavel Toa. Yeah, trying to get any couple of meters up front, as many meters as they can with every cut, but so far mostly handlers are doing all the work for East Block, not so much action from cutters. As there are basically 4 handler situation right now for East Block. But of course, in the zone, when playing against the zone, you need all the help you need. All the help, you need all the help that you can get, of course. And yeah, it looks to be quite effective so far for East Block. They are, of course, making loads of passes right now, but still so far with the disc. And now almost in the red zone, getting very close to that end zone and now getting through that cup. But as there is less space to work with, there are a lot more people, of course, around the disc and on the defense, and every other pass, every next pass is a bit more dangerous. And it is, of course, a little bit of a game of chance. The more passes you make, the more chances there are to actually drop or throw away or misrelease of the disc or anything like that. Let's see, but so far they're keeping it alive, and they are keeping it, and they're punching it into the end zone for another score for East Block. Another clean hold in this game. Very nice, very calm offense by East Block there. JetSet, of course, might be getting slightly frustrated as they are not able to get anything out, any turnovers out of the East Block side. If I'm not mistaken, East Block did not turn the disc over on their own offense so far. The only turnovers that were generated were on their counterattacks when they were playing defense. If I remember right, I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Write a comment in the chat. But this time, yes, Alena Doležalova to Aneta Hošlova for that score. So 10-8. East Block is ahead by just a single break. JetSet, of course, would be looking to get a break to their own, but before you break, first you need to score. First you need to hold. And let's see if they will manage to do that without any turnovers. Oof. Very good awareness. Good read of the disc and a long shot going, but that was taken. I think that was never getting to the intended receiver, as the positioning of the defender there from the East Block team was pretty good. And JetSet, interestingly, setting their zone defense right away. Maybe a little too close. I do see a bit of a double teaming. Some of the defenders are a little too close to me. But still, looks like East Block are not faced by that. Only two handlers, but so far moving the disc around. Now the third handler is coming down for help. Now they're finally breaking through that cup. A bit of a contact on the mark. And now they're breaking through. Bit of a 1-2 and into the end zone. Very nice. Very, very quick move. So Doležalova once again with another score. So I think it's the second score for her in a row, if I'm right. No, she did assist the previous point. But that also means that East Block is bringing another break to themselves. So, yes, that is another break, and that might actually be quite painful, of course, for JetSet, as now they've tried so many times to get any turnovers from this East Block side, and East Block have not bulged at all. Didn't move, did not give any turnovers and opportunities to JetSet. There may have been very few, but when East Block had an opportunity to capitalize on a mistake of JetSet, they managed to do it this time quite cleanly. So that is a very clean break to themselves. And now there is a 3-point deficit. So that gap is becoming just a little bit bigger and just a little bit more unpleasant, of course, for JetSet. It looks like East Block are playing personal defense, and that has created an opportunity for East Block, and that disc was too low. This time they have a much shorter field to play with, and so far East Block are playing quite patiently. Hageltoa and Hadoa are going a bit of a 1-2, and now finally punching it into the end zone for a second break in a row. So that brings us to 12-8. Yeah, that game has gotten quite exciting quite quickly for East Block, of course, and unsurprisingly, we see a bit of a timeout on the field for JetSet after conceding 2 breaks in a row. That could be something that they wouldn't want to happen. So let's see if they will manage to talk it through. And yeah, previous point, Haveltsova with the score, assisted by Aneshka Kotrbova. Take a bit of a break myself and try to fix whatever audio issues there has been, but looks like we are finally good on with our audio and with our problems. Welcome back to our coverage of East Block against JetSet. For this pool play game, we are in Pool A, of course, where we see East Block so far winning 1 game and are in the lead for this game as well. So we are at 12-8. JetSet, of course, are looking to capitalize on that point and get a clean hold, which they do. So it is 12-9 at the moment. East Block earlier won a game, and JetSet are still looking for their first win in this pool. So East Block currently are winning that particular pool. If you're curious what's happening in the other games, I will happily tell you. At this moment, we are, of course, looking at the women's division at this time slot. And we have Jinx Midnight playing Yaka on field 1. The score is 10-10. Very exciting game, I'm sure. Iceni and Box Vienna Ultimate. Iceni is leading 12-10. East Block, JetSet LUV. As I've said, it is 12-9 at the moment. East Block is in the lead after getting a couple of breaks in a row in the second half and 1 break in the first. JetSet are still looking for their first break. And BFD Shout against Moon Cup. Shout are currently up by 3 points. So 11 points BFD, 8 points to Moon Cup. East Block looking to capitalize on another offensive point. So far, they've been doing it quite effectively. They haven't really turned over the disc and gave any opportunities to JetSet for a break. There may have been a couple of turnovers, but I am honestly not entirely sure about that. I might be wrong. But East Block at the moment are looking at the clean hold. There was a bit of a pick called, as we see, judging by the hand signals over there. Let's see if JetSet will be able. Sorry, JetSet, of course, capitalized after their turnover on the clean hold. But East Block, oh, that is a turnover from East Block, which gives an opportunity for JetSet to maybe finally find a break. One of the rare opportunities for JetSet for a break. Disc is back in play. There is a deep cut, quite open, but that was not taken, and unfortunately that throw was actually given to the East Block player. Now they have very short field to work with, and with their very short passes, they finally managing to squeeze that into the end zone for a quite a difficult reception. However, if we know anything about East Block, is that they have no problem with this kind of plays and this kind of receptions. Kristina Tlusta with the assist to Alena Dolejalova for the score. 13-9 at the moment. We're playing a game to 15 or 18 minutes. We've played approximately 67 minutes. So we have about 17 minutes. No, sorry, 13 minutes, math, to play with, approximately. But I'm pretty sure that this will be a game to 15 regardless. If East Block is going to score another point, then of course we will play a game to 15 regardless of the time limits. JetSet still looking for their first break. Hopefully by the end of the game, one or two will come to make this game just a little bit more exciting. It is an exciting game already. The offensive prowess of both of these teams and the calmness under lots of pressure, especially when playing against the zone. Both teams, East Block and JetSet, are playing quite a lot of zone defensively. They're doing it quite effectively. Maybe East Block are doing it a bit more effectively than JetSet. Despite that, oh no, that is such an unfortunate drop. After such a hard work and getting through the cup, finally getting through the defensive cup. Yeah, very unfortunate drop there for JetSet. And yeah, East Block are moving backwards, have to go back a little bit. And it's interesting that JetSet has not set their usual zone look on a turnover, but actually playing a personal defense there. And a long shot. Oh, tipped, but whoa. Oh, I thought that she had it. I actually thought that she had it. Such an unfortunate drop. Great display of athleticism over there. I think it was number 13 on East Block, Katarzyna Janska. Yeah, almost looked to be good for a break, but unfortunately she could not hold on to it after it was tipped by the defense, by the JetSet player. And now JetSet back to the grind, working the disc around, now getting through the cup. Can they find an open player? Oh no, a little too far. Maybe a wrong edge was put on that disc, and that was a throwaway. And I think that player, yes, is calling an injury. She did look slightly uncomfortable and quite winded after hitting the deck quite hard, as yeah, you see that we're playing on the artificial field. Sometimes the artificial fields can be a little bit harder. A little bit harder on the falls. And yeah, it looks like the East block will also take a sub, as they are allowed to, of course. So one of the players came off from the JetSet after a bit, and yeah, probably just a bit winded on this artificial pitch. We're back in play. East block once more an opportunity for a break to them. Expensive fakes. And now, yeah, getting to their attacking side and a long shot. Approximately half a field. Can she keep it in? Yes, she does. Yes, she definitely can. Another another point for Alžbeta Chodachova, thrown by Dominika Hadová. She has, of course, threw quite a lot of points already in this game. No, I think, yeah, Hadová has a couple of assists and a couple of points to her name already. And Alžbeta Chodachova does have one assist and now also a point. So yes, doing it on both sides of the field. All of these ladies, of course, are very able. And yeah, as we are at the elite invite, all of these athletes and the teams are of elite level. No less than that. We've got approximately 6.5 minutes to play, but it will be a game to 15 regardless, as one of the teams have already reached the 14-point mark. So we will play a game to 15. That means that East Block only need 1 point to win this particular matchup. Oh, interesting, a roller pool. I'm wondering if that was the plan. If it was, maybe it didn't really go according to it, as it was fielded quite short and in quite a good position, but unfortunately that was a throwaway, a slightly wrong edge, or maybe a slight misrelease of that disc, and that is awarding an opportunity for good defense by JetSet LUV. So no, I just ate my words there. No opportunity for East Block. There was an opportunity for East Block to finish the game, but that did not happen. And JetSet now on a counter attack. An opportunity for them for another hold. So let's see if they will manage to keep it in and get a dirty hold, but a hold nonetheless. JetSet only 9 points in this game, but this game will definitely be counted. No blowout rules will affect it. And good backup there by JetSet player. Maybe she was not the intended receiver, but obviously she will take it nonetheless. But that, I think, was a bit of a miscommunication between the thrower and the receiver, and I'm not sure if the receiver was cutting, and I think the thrower maybe have misunderstood the receiver there a little bit. Second opportunity there, well received disc by Pinoa, and nice break there through, and another long shot. Unfortunately, looks to be a turnover. Yes, another opportunity for JetSet for a dirty hold. Looks like Hermans is going to pick up. No. Back in play there. I think it was Peters who picked up the disc. Now disc is with Hermans working around the handlers at the moment. Yeah, but not so many cuts available for a continuation. So for the moment, only the handlers are working the disc. And oh, finally, good opportunity and a good throw to Raybrock. And once again, back to handlers. We're patiently working and looking for opportunities for an advancing pass. Oh, nice needle there. Yeah, Peters is definitely very creative there with the disc. And finally, JetSet are finding that opportunity in the end zone and an open, nice and open cut for themselves. Lucia Pekaroa to Charlotte Van Geven for that score. Lucia, as you've heard probably from the previous commentary, she's from Slovakia, playing on this Belgian squad. But currently living in Delft. So JetSet LUV scoring their 10th point, while East Block already have 14 points to their name, and they will be looking to close this game off, of course, with clean hold. Hopefully for them, I'm sure they would be hoping that it's going to be just a few passes, an easy open cut into the end zone, but we will see if that's going to happen. So far, the defensive pressure is keeping them honest, and only the handlers so far are getting the discs, and nice fake. Looking for opportunities. Still laterally now the long shot into the end zone. Can she read it well? And she can, yes, despite the pressure from the defender. Good read, of course, of that disc, and that brings us to 15-10. So East Block are winning all of their games, and so far winning their pool quite comfortably. So 2 games, 2 wins, 0 losses. They're doing pretty well, obviously, in this game. On the other fields, Jinx and Yaka. Jinx at the moment are currently winning quite, not very comfortably, but they have a bit of a lead, so 13-11. Iceni Box, 13-14 ongoing. East Block JetSet, as you've just seen, 15-10, that finished. And BFD Shout, 14-9 to 9 on Mooncup. I've been Dmitry Doroshenko. Thank you very much for listening. Apologies for some technical issues earlier, and see you tomorrow. Thank you very much, and watch some more Ultimate. There's going to be some exciting games later today. Thank you. Bye.